This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Let's have a little bit of this. I get a big Bob Marley joint. Look at this. Here, try this.
Carl, I really don't do this very often.
You're gonna love this. Is dynamite hack. Watch out for this.
Maybe one drag.
Say you're in a Caribbean bungalow and you're kind of high. An exotic woman on the bed.
It's a little harsh.
Now, is she just the high-priced whore you asked for? Or is she an assassin?
Here. Cannonball. Right back.
Here's room service. Who ordered champagne?
How should I know?
Exactly. You're baked. You can't remember.
And then one more. He's right on top of Cannonball. Cannonball coming.
Point is, you come out of the John waving this around, nobody's gonna bug you for a tip.
Boom. What's up? Oh, meant to start it this way. What's up, buddy people? We got early morning going.
Good morning, YouTube.
So we got a good, what I think is a good one. It's a little bit of a lost tapes. It is Andrea Sloan on panel with Kaiser Falcax too, and AZ, but the most important one are AZ Jeep girl who lies about being a lawyer, or lied. She ran. I don't know what she's doing now. Lied about being a lawyer. You got Andrea Sloan on there lying about getting wounded in Iraq. You got Kaiser on there. Fucking burp. Represent.
And this is actually like what, 1 or 2 months before I outed him?
Yes. So this was from July 30th, 2023. So it's almost exactly 2 years old. And it is about a month before he gets outed. Matt Sergeant retired, gets his things have started to kind of percolate behind the scenes, I think maybe, or maybe just a little bit before after this, percolate behind the scenes about him lying. And then I watched him. Matt Sergeant retired, watched it. Matt Sergeant retired, looked up his shit. Then FOIA requested his NGB 22 and DD 214 stuff. And so he is telling some great lies. Speaking of liars, though, first I want to get to, let's just add this. Sorry. Oh, I my dad said something about it. He's like, I never know who you're talking to or about. I'm confused about everything. I'm like, because you're old. No. So now this guy, he's like, that old fucker.
That's from your dad.
That's from my dad. He was like, that old fucker you're on. I don't know who he is. So Matt Sergeant retired. If you're unfamiliar, we got 34 people here, so I'm assuming it's the regular crowd. But he has been doing stolen valor investigations for over 10 years. And just to give you an example, Sloan before is refusing to show any proof of his numerous claims. I'm not saying he's stolen valor. However, him claiming to get wounded in combat, here we go. This is setting shit. That set shit off a little bit. But to be very clear, nobody's trying to run this motherfucker off the internet. Nobody's trying to fucking do anything. Nobody's trying to harass this dude. Nothing. It's just, it is just that we're pointing out what he said. And thanks to Burns 66, it is 66, right? Burnsy, he found the clip and then sent the whole thing. We are not going to go over all 4 hours. God, man, StreamYard fucking my whole system up here now. I can't find where what the fuck did they do to it? Where's the Tommies?
So we're
Tommy, you ain't getting your TV back. And fuck you.
Fuck you, Tim Donovan. When I'm not gonna, but I'll put up for members only the whole 4 hours. I'm not going over the whole 4 hours. But Kaiser back in this time was telling some doozies. So first, I want to get to this though. Tim Kennedy, quote unquote, apologized. Tim Kennedy is the Special Forces Master Sergeant who has for years now been lying a lot publicly. Claims he got a bronze. Embellishing, yeah. Well, the line of he's said he shot women, he's killed women and kids.
Yeah, just a nicer way of saying. But yeah, he has embellished his military career beyond all recognition.
He's fucked. I mean, according to Valhalla VFT, this guy who I trust, him and Brent, they said that USASOC has an open investigation on him for all these fucking lies. It's pretty bad. But here is his. I just want to show his response.
If you haven't seen it already, Tim Kennedy finally, after 7 long, grueling months,
there's only about 5
put out this half-assed admission, half-assed apology, finally sort of admitting to the fact that, yes, he lied multiple times about having Valor Awards and Bronze Star medals with Valor, kind of like the...
So he was in ODA. It looks like he was first group. Just if anybody cares, that's the CJ Sodif. This was the CJ Sodif emblem they used. He's on ODA 1116, so that was first group. I actually wonder if I was out there at the same time because I worked for Force Group guys. But
10 videos.
I don't know. I don't know this guy even superficially, just to let everybody know. But
out exposing it, and man, you know what? There's a lot of you out there that owe me and Brent Tucker an apology because, yes, it turns out assist had to write for him. Of course, he couldn't do it by video. He couldn't put out a real apology. He put it out over fucking Instagram. But let's take a read, and we're going to diagnose some things as we go through this, okay? He says, I want to take full and unequivocal responsibility for a serious mistake. Over the years, I made public statements and gave interviews in which I unintentionally misstated aspects of my military service.
Total bullshit.
Most notably,
he's going to break it down, so I'm not going to do it. And it's a relatively short video, but it is complete bullshit. I maybe gave the impression, shut the fuck up. You said you have a Valor Award. You said you killed women and children. You said you fucking threw 50 grenades at people. Come on.
I implied directly or indirectly that had been awarded the Bronze Star Medal with Valor. No. You didn't imply shit. You stated directly, yes, I have a Bronze Star Medal with Valor, and then told a bullshit story about how you got it. You didn't do that on accident. You didn't do that unintentionally. If you're going to apologize, and this is one of 1,000 things he's lied about, right? So, again, finally, after 7 months, he apologizes for one little thing he lied about. Not lying about his 20-plus combat deployments, or killing 20 people from a sniper tower, or killing a bunch of women and children, or throwing grenades at children, or, executing dead soldiers in Afghanistan. None of that, but just this one. But let's keep moving.
So part of the reason we're showing the Tim Kennedy, other than it's in the zeitgeist and it's a big deal and we cover stolen valor, but I just want to show you that at all levels this shit goes on. I mean, between
and the big thing is, SOCOM's looking into it, and there's rumors of him, they're going to revoke his tab. That is a big friggin' deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
You are excommunicado from the whole SF Green Beret community. You're done.
That's not a good thing.
No, it's going to crush his. And look, I don't feel sorry for the guy. The motherfucker came out and lied a lot, a bunch.
His ego is going to be as shriveled up as his balls.
Says that is not true, and there is no excuse for it. Man, it's crazy. It took 7 months for you to admit this. I never received that honor, and I deeply regret suggesting otherwise. I don't think so. That kind of recognition is sacred. Yes, it is. To those who truly earned it, and to their families and brothers in arms, I offer my sincere and direct apology. What I said disrespected your service, and I take full ownership of that. No, he's not taking any fucking ownership of his lies. Barely. All he's doing is that he's finally caught so red-handed that he has to admit to one lie. All right? I was young when I stepped into the public eye. You made those lies in 2017 and 2019, dude. You weren't that young.
Totally, because I got
and
shit
while I
to
wasn't
do this
prepared for the
afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I just wanted to go early, but yep.
Scrutiny and pressure that came with it.
It's not bad though. We are at 10 minutes here. We got 45 fucking good motherfuckers right off the rip. Hell yeah.
But there may be.
Oh, you know what? There probably is. I bet you.
I'll bet you money.
Oh my holy crap. Surveillance does. I hate those.
I hate those.
But you know who does love them?
I love the fuck out of cookies.
That boy Slim over there, fucking. All right, let's get to Tim. Then we'll get to the juice.
That doesn't absolve me. I should have known better. Integrity is not situational, and I failed to uphold the standards I claim to represent. To the military and veteran community, trust me, there's no coming back for you with us. Especially those I've served in combat and lost people they love. I'm deeply sorry. I know that I've let many of you down. You had every right to expect more from me and didn't live up to that. Okay, so.
Before he says anything, evoking people that have lost people. Come on, Tim. It's all just bullshit, man. It's all fucking bullshit. I hate when dudes do that. You evoke other dead people's friends or whatever.
Before we get into this last part, I want you guys to understand something. Okay? This needs to be very clear to you. Tim Kennedy is not finally apologizing and admitted that he lied and admitting we're right after 7 months. He's doing it because he's under investigation by USASOC and his lawyer.
USASOC is United States Army Special Operations Command. Each MARSOC, USASOC, Navy doesn't. They go by Navy Special Warfare. AFSOC is Air Force. Just to give. So it's USASOC. So the Army Special Operations Command is looking into this. Not good for Tim.
Here is making him do it. Okay?
Yeah,
he's got no integrity. He doesn't actually feel bad about this.
Hey.
Okay? It's all fucking PR.
What's going on, brother man?
Oh, great. It's the fucking big bald fuck and the dumb digger.
Honey, I'm home. Had that meeting with the gangster.
You leave Jihadi Josh alone.
I know. I'm a terrorist now.
The PotHead Terrorist.
I'm a PotHead terrorist. I don't negotiate with PotHead terrorists.
Wow.
I know. I think the terrorists would have something to say about that. Like, no.
So would the potheads.
Like, yeah, so would the potheads.
Nobody wants to claim
from a bunch. I know.
How about you navigate these nuts, motherfucker?
That was my first. Yep, we got all the stars up here. We got Hippie, Dirty Hippie. So in case everybody, again, just to reset, I get somewhat from my dad, but Dirty Hippie, I was in Iraq with in 2005. He was a cop, a detective in St. Louis municipality, North County, right? North County or North City? I don't know if that's
North County.
Yeah. Anyway, and then we were combat vet. We were in Iraq together, PSYOP dudes together, and then he was a GS-14. You can say you're regional assistant deputy director.
I was the cemetery administrator for the Fort Logan National Cemetery Complex,
which was 6. I'm gonna get this right. 6 sites across 3 states, right? I got that.
Almost 4 states.
God damn it! God, so fucking
Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, and Utah.
GR. Marine vet, Iraq vet has got himself. What's up, man? All right, let's get to this.
Bullshit, because he's so caught red-handed. Let's keep moving.
Oh, this was great.
This apology is not the end. It's the beginning. I'm committed to rebuilding trust through honest reflection, visible accountability, and ongoing service to the community I misrepresented myself to. I will no longer speak about my service in a way that elevates me beyond what I actually did. From now on, my words will be guided by truth, humility, and respect. I understand the words alone don't heal disappointment and restore trust. Only time and action will. Yeah, you need to get on a fucking podcast with Brent Tucker and myself, and we can do a 4-hour-long podcast where we go through every goddamn thing you've lied about in your military.
That would be brutal. I mean, that would get a lot of views, but that would be brutal for Tim.
Career. How about that? How about you do that? Then we'll all absolve this. We'll say that's good enough. This bullshit fake apology ain't going to get it done. All right, so thank you to those who've held me accountable. Me and Brent Tucker. Yeah, you're welcome, I guess. You didn't reach out to us. You didn't let us know about this, so don't think you really give that much fuck about us, right? Yeah, that's a little fake ass.
He's
Thank
on
you.
my site.
I will do my best to honor.
What's that?
Chris is busting my nuts from my site.
I know. He's going over to your place to bust your nuts
He goes
over
to my
here.
place to bust on me. That's all right. That's all right.
Hey, Marlon, what's up, man? I feel like I haven't seen you for a little bit. How you doing?
For that accountability from this point forward. Tim Kennedy. You would think finally having him have to fucking begrudgingly teeth pull admit that we were right the entire time after telling us to go fuck ourselves, after mass bot reporting our videos, after trying to send all those little meat riders to downvote our videos. You would think,
Sandy's,
after all that, we'd be okay with a half-assed apology, but we're not. Nope. You got to actually come fucking clean. We are not done with you. Not I unintentionally misrepresented a thing I said. Not going to.
Yeah, that doesn't work at all. Especially since we got him, or not got him, but they got him on video, recorded it numerous times saying this shit. Sort of like we got this dude, Sloan. Okay, so we're at 16 and a half minutes. Hell yeah, we got 50 good motherfuckers in here. And then we got one dirty hippie up on stage.
Never go with a hippie to a second location.
I'm opposed to dildos.
I'm fucking opposed.
Are you
to
though?
that. I am. Chris Fonstock. Fonstock? I never. I'm just gonna say Chris.
I got Chris.
Fonstock.
Okay, so this video is it is from Kaiser's. I'm gonna switch it back to this. This is from July 30th of 2023. I'm the beginning of this. There. Okay.
Okay.
I know. I'm trying to think. I didn't think about.
Okay.
Fuck you guys.
Anything you want, Leo gets. Get it? Get it? Leo gets. Leo gets.
Welcome Andre Sloan into the house.
Okay.
Hey, how you guys doing?
The love of man. You should be paying me, bitch.
Okay.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, well, we're better than Joshy. He's having a bad night.
Oh, no.
Okay, sorry. I'm establishing this here. So it is Andrea Sloan. It is 100%. This is not AI. I mean, I don't know how I would do it AI anyway. This is all him, but it's saying Kaiser introduces him. So if he tries to weasel out and say it's not him.
I hope you get this shit time-stamped.
No, this is only.
I know I'm asking a lot, hippie, but you know.
No. I edited the 4.5 hours down to 30 minutes. And then this is, I'm not going through that whole fucking thing.
Still 3 hours. Got it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. 30 minutes equals
Everybody,
3 hours.
welcome Andre Sloan into the house.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, well, we're better than Joshy. He's having a bad night.
Oh, no.
Nasty, disgusting, deprived, bastard.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let me see if this. I'm going to unmute the stream because I want to. I think this comment will go through. So hold on.
Yeah.
And frauditing a fucking VA. And as a disabled veteran, I'm going to tell you right now that seriously chaps my ass.
Seriously.
I guess that's how he got disabled, with a chapped ass.
I thought it was an RPB.
It's like
RPB,
video
well
where
done.
the two troopers were gunned down by that couple, and he's sitting there blaming the troopers for it. Well, why did you have to go? But why were you having to put him in cuffs? Why were you having to put hands on him? Well, he was just trying to defend himself. Why were y'all trying to put him in torture cuffs? He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't know that he had done anything. It doesn't freaking matter. It was a lawful order given by a police officer in the course of their duties at the subject of his investigation. He had every reason to put that freaking flute dick in cuffs. So yeah, to me, it's the same.
Blue dick.
If we got Ernie,
I'm sure Kaiser's playing a few of those right now.
Yep, right in jail. I'm
All
sorry
of those.
for the new people that don't know Kaiser. Michael William Kaiser is a notorious stolen valor felon. He is currently in prison for felonies for 5
Kaiser,
felons.
smoke dick, bitch. Smoke dick.
And Kaiser claimed he had 2 Purple Hearts, 3 tours to Afghanistan, Army Staff Sergeant, Army MP, Army Ranger, Battle of Tora Bora, 2 years drug suppression unit. It depends on when you talk to him. He was either in for 20 years, 9. I think he says in this one 9 years. But
9 years, and then it went to 13, I think.
Yeah, 9 and went to 13
or 12 or some shit.
Staff sergeant, master sergeant, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, he claimed to be retired E8 at one time.
Yeah,
remember that to fucking GS.
It chimes the same.
So that the guy talking the most is that guy Kaiser.
Yeah, I didn't miss.
Chaps my ass the exact same.
Oh, also, he talks about a daughter he has here, and he has no daughter. He doesn't have the dogs. He doesn't have a daughter. He's fake married to this internet chick. It's hilarious.
Doesn't have 2 Purple Hearts.
And 3 tours.
But he does have a shit ton of felony.
I mean, this is like his 8th or 9th.
I think he was on the SS Minnow for a 3-hour tour. That's what it was.
Yeah. Sucks for Ern. I don't know what he is misunderstanding about that situation. You know, collectors go into enemy territory and talk to these dudes.
He's in love, bro. He's
infatuated. Post the link in the chat and see if Ern comes up.
No,
that'd be fucking hilarious.
He's a 12-time felon. So just keep that in mind. He lies about having a degree in here. He lies about being a gunsmith in here too. This is really great.
Same way. And
I understand.
You know, we came off the boat. My family came off the boat from Germany in 1893. And since then, there's been 5 straight generations of my family in combat for this country. 27 men. And
is he stealing your story, hippie?
Well, he's trying to, but even my family, with our illustrious history, didn't have 27 men. We had men and women, by the way.
That
we
would
didn't
be
have 27 men fight in combat.
If you think about the generational thing, 5 generations.
That's 100 years.
That's 100 years, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
Only one didn't come home.
Only one didn't come home.
And so I take,
Lieutenant
I joined when I was 17, Mr. Sloan. And I mean, literally 2 weeks after I turned 17, at the end of my junior year in high school, I was buzzed.
He is trying to steal my sword.
Fresh beat.
Yeah.
Shit.
Also, no. He did that. That's the first time he failed basic training, everybody. He is talking about the first time he failed basic training. He failed twice. He doesn't like to admit that.
Use getting smoked. And then after that, I got to go and finish my senior year in high school. And then it went from there. I did 9 years and 10 months active duty and 3 years reserves.
All a verifiable lie. I don't know.
9 years and 3 months active duty. Who would know that?
Or no, you would know that.
I don't. I have no idea how many months or days or even years. I got 4 years of active duty, and I can tell you if there's a month or 2 months after that, a day, a week. Who cares?
I do know. I got 9 years and 11 months.
Well, it's because you're also a fucking cheese dig fucking bro vet.
But after that, with the Army, because of the reserves and getting activated and everything.
You got Marine stickers in your window too?
You know he does.
You fucking homo.
I don't. But I was actually I did, and then I had
Jihadi Josh, he's got an Eagle Globe and Anchor on that back window. You know he does.
So
I bought my
do not-
father-in-law's truck, and I had it shipped out here. He's the jarhead, the Vietnam dude. He's got Purple Hearts on the back of it. He's got retired United States Marine. He's got all this jarhead shit. And then there's this one sticker that says, my grandson serves gladly in the U.S. Army. And I was like, yeah, I scraped all that shit off.
Oh, frozen. That's funny. Yeah, no, I had to replace the stickers, but I was actually just yesterday looking on Amazon for Marine stickers for my car. Not like a bunch. I'm not gonna have my 201 file.
Just one takes up the whole back
He's
window.
gonna have it right in the fucking center of the hood.
Oh my god, those guys are the funniest. I mean, I already got the Bronze Star plate, so I'm already in that world. Thanks, Joey.
I got them on my truck, and I just get them because they're free. I don't have to pay for the registration fees.
Well, yeah,
I like the look at me. I like.
I'm gonna get a disabled veteran plate for this truck for that very reason. I don't have to pay anything for it. I could get my Bronze Star plate, but that cost me $50. Fuck that shit. Just give me the free one, bro.
If you got to pay for it, I wouldn't have it.
Dude, those plates have already helped me. They helped me with parking, and they helped me with a cop already.
Look, I just try not to give any more money. That's it. I mean, I don't give a shit.
All right, let's get to this. You guys done breaking my balls? Go.
Yeah. Well,
never.
Thank you for your service.
So early.
I took 2 bullets.
Hey, Michael.
I still got frag in my back. I banged out 9 surgeries in 6 3/4 years.
6 years.
And
6 3/4. That's 9 months.
3/4, yeah. Normally he says 9 years. How many confirmed kills does this panel have?
Well, he had all these surgeries in 6 years and 9 months.
Is it
He did 9 months and 3 years. Or 9 years and 3 months. Fuck, I'm high.
Get in there. Bow, I know you're a pothead like moi. I forget if you're a vet. Proper cannabis.
I was my battery died, and I was digging through my cup of batteries, and I just happened to find a proper battery in there.
Oh, I thought you found it in Colorado. Nice though.
I don't know.
So speaking of that stuff, tonight, while we got 70 good motherfuckers in here, tonight I'm doing it's a preview. It's not a live, but it's a weed review. I just did a 30-minute weed review. I think I'm gonna start trying to do those more. They were kind of fun. However, it got age restricted because they showed the weed and shit. I guess something. So I don't know.
If you have pants on, it wouldn't have got age restricted.
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, it should be age restricted anyway. But
I've been to proper. I got it when I was in St. Louis the last time, a couple years ago or a year ago, whenever that was.
They're I'm biased. They're my favorite. That's the dispensary down the street. They give the best discount in St. Louis too. So the best I've found. So okay, let's get to this.
Like I said, it just really, really chaps my ass to see veterans who, and I'm speaking for myself on this when I tell you that the reason it makes me so mad when they go in there doing that is,
Why?
it's one thing to go in there because some injury that you suffered in the line is acting up and you need to get some help for it. That's one thing. That's not that big a deal. But because there's such a stigma still to this day associated with post-traumatic stress, I can't hardly put into words what it takes for somebody to thought they had their damn life together after dealing with all that shit to have to go and shell every bit of
burglarize the old lady next door.
Yeah.
Kill a Marine vet.
9 felonies.
Executed a Marine vet.
Executed
a Marine vet.
A Marine vet, a disabled Marine vet,
a real one,
a real one, because he knew the dude had pain pills. So he went in and I'm not even infuriated by it anymore. It's crazy to hear it. This dude is lying completely about all of this. And Sloan Sloan, who I believe he was a Navy Reserves. I do. I think that's probably true. And so, but Sloan and K-Fat, why do two Navy dorks can't figure out that Kaiser's fucking lying? Why is that? Yes.
Incarceration, I believe. Isn't that the thing?
Kaiser has at least one confirmed kill. Well done.
Oh, well, allegedly. So it's not confirmed.
Yeah.
True. What's up, Lake Life? Speaking of fucking unconfirmed fucking taint lickers.
In the end, I done some PCP.
Fucking done some PCP, damn it.
Tickler. It says tickler, not liquor.
Resolve, self-worth,
that is
self-reliance, dignity.
Oh, sorry. So what is it? 30 days or 60 days? There's a limit.
But yes, and he has to notify the VA if he is getting payments. I don't think he is. I think that was only a temporary thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I doubt he's still getting payments. I mean, his VA card would have been updated, you know. I mean, yeah, I get you. I don't use it either. But a guy like him, I feel like would update it because he needs that for validation for others.
Yeah, he needs to flex.
That's
on
true.
Yeah.
Mine's from 2005. It's broken.
I don't even have
got a black and white picture. It's cracked in half. It's got my social security number emblazoned on the front.
I keep it in my wallet, but I can't even tell you. I think I've shown it 3 times at the. They give it to you, but
I never got one.
Me neither.
Oh, really?
That first one in 05. And nobody's ever asked to see an ID or anything. It's just like going to my regular doctor. I don't know.
Yeah. I think ID. Do I need to show ID for meds? Maybe meds, but that's it. If they don't mail them, if they happen to not mail them.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And they have to shelve that to be able to go tell a perfect stranger things that.
Tell a perfect stranger. Scott, good afternoon, folks. I'm working out to start an anger management group. Oh, and I saw you just want to say hi. A second thought, maybe I'll have the group watch the stream. Fuck yeah. All right, Scott, be good, man.
They wouldn't even tell their priest to find out whether they're nuts or not.
Exactly,
and then
Sandy.
If that isn't bad enough, you've got these freaking convicted felons,
Kaiser,
rolling around in somewhere they shouldn't be.
By the way, right now, Kaiser is sitting on 4 felony. As he's talking about this, he's sitting on 4 felony convictions. He's out on pretrial confinement for 5 more. For 5 more burglaries at 40 years old. He broke into his place of employment and stole a safe and 2 credit cards. And he's saying this shit. Now he's on here saying this shit.
And used those credit cards.
And used the credit cards. So they got him on felony fraud for that. And Sloan, who says he's Sloan claims to be a retired new NYPD, retired DC Metropolitan Police, DCPD basically, DC MP, and retired, medically retired from the Navy. And K-Fat was 4 years of painting anchors or whatever, but 2 Navy vets just sit and fucking allow this shit.
Filming shit they shouldn't be doing. And then they're going to take that and they're going to disseminate their image across the internet for a profit.
Oh, Mrs. Big Cat for $99.99. Go after anyone who goes to a VA hospital. My dad goes to one, and he don't need to see that type of shit there. No one.
He don't need to see that kind of shit there.
Oh wait, did Master drop off?
No, I'm still here, you dick.
Oh, wait, where are you at? Where'd your thing go?
You just used the wrong fucking. There you go. I don't know.
Get it? It was you. Of course,
what?
It was you. Of course.
Fucking Jihadi Josh.
I do apologize
Jihadi
for
Josh.
going off, Mr. Sloan. I hope I don't scare you off from anyone.
No. Yeah, Carl. Stupid I did my motherfucker.
Oh, here it is.
I do apologize for going off, Mr. Sloan. I hope I don't scare you off from anyone.
No, brother. Hey, brother. I did my 8 years. I got wounded in Iraq, and you know, I thank you for your service and for what you've done and what you've put up with. So,
I thank you for your service.
Let me speak here.
Do it.
And the only reason I'm speaking, I'm not going to talk about the contents. I'm not going to talk about what it is. However, since Sloan has come out in the open and stated that I don't have to prove anything, MSG has got the proof. I have got Ugazza. I got nothing. I've got two redacted items that have got absolutely nothing and no way for me to validate. Period. So if he starts telling people, if he tells you that I have proof, I have shit. You can't completely redact something to where I cannot verify it.
Also, to be clear, even with the redacted stuff on there, there is nothing at all that indicates a deployment to Iraq or wounded in Iraq.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, at all. So even with the paperwork, that is impossible to verify that it's him. And by the way, people have looked up Andre Sloan in or Andre, whatever the fuck. Sloan, he claims in this one, I'll play it here. It says it, he goes by his real name. It's like, that's my real name. People have looked him up on police fucking rosters, court cases, anything at all. He claims to have been retired from 2 major metropolitan fucking police departments. Yeah. So his timeline's all fucked up on this one too. His timeline gets fucked up on this one too. But to be clear, again, Matt, I'm glad you pointed that out, Master Arm, because he is throwing your name around a lot. He threw it around on Facebook. I saw he's throwing it around in comments. He's telling people that you are vouching for him.
So, yeah, but I'm not. And he sent me those items in confidence quite a while ago. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to. He says, I know you're going to give this to your boy. And I'm like,
did not.
No, I don't. When people send me things in confidence, that's where they remain. That's part of, my integrity of doing this shit for as long as I've been doing it. If somebody says, don't release this, I'm not releasing it. I didn't even talk about it. Josh had no idea I even had any of it until I saw the post where he said, MSG's got the proof. Well, unfortunately, you sent me things that cannot be validated. That is zero proof.
When really all you got to do is send a DD-214. I mean,
so if he was wounded in Iraq, he would have a DD-214. They don't send reservists for their weekend drill into a combat zone.
Right.
No.
You get activated. I'm sure there are sailors
he didn't do his 2-week summer camp in fucking Fallujah.
Right.
That'd be the way to do it.
That would have been the way to do it. Dude, could you imagine if you just went to war for like 2 weeks? Just get your.
I'll take another couple weeks. I'll take another. Fuck these 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's.
I have been fortunate enough that.
Here, I'm gonna go back for a minute here. Okay, so again, here's the deal. If you make public claims like I was wounded in Iraq, and you're doing this publicly, this isn't some unearthed email that you sent to somebody. This is a fucking public statement. Then you refuse and claim military and claim law enforcement and vehemently refuse to show any proof. I don't know what other option you give people other than to believe that you're lying. I don't know what other conclusion anybody else is supposed to make from other than you're fucking lying.
Yeah. Oh, what do you know? You're just a pothead terrorist.
I know. I'm just a terrorist. I'm a pothead terrorist.
I have every set of orders the Army ever gave me right here at my fingertips, right here in this closet. Every set of orders, almost every document the Army ever gave me. I've got every document the VA ever gave me. I've got every fucking certificate and document from my time as a cop. I've got the fucking election results from when I got elected as an alderman. It's all right here at my fingertips. That's how it works. It's not in storage. It's not in a shed somewhere. It's not in the fucking interwebs. Master Sergeant doesn't fucking have it. It's all right here. It's easy to prove.
Yeah.
It's not fucking bullshitting. I mean, it's so simple. What do you want to see? See the
I
activation?
downloaded.
I mean, I got them.
I
Everything.
downloaded my entire iPerms, so I've got everything on digits. It's.
I need to do that. I keep thinking to do that.
You can do it. All you got to do is just go to the MPRC site and request your OMPF, and they'll send you a digital copy of everything they have on file for you. I've got orders from way back when that were carved in stone. They took a picture of them.
They were fucking couriered by pterodactyl. Do you have pterodactyl? I've gotten it before. I've gotten the hard copy. I had to have it. I had to submit it for a program I was trying to get into, but I was Army and I didn't have all my Marine shit. So I've done it. I've had it. I don't know. They were saved. That was 2005, 6 or so. So like, everything's saved externally. I don't know where it is, but still the point is this: if you're going to come on, if I came on, I said, hey, I'm Stoned Vet. Hey, I put in the bio. I do a show with Hippie I was in Iraq with. And if someone's like, when were you in Iraq? I don't have to prove shit. Yeah. You're like, what? Okay, dude. You're the one making these claims. I'm going to play it again here. You're the one that's making these claims. So if you don't show proof, and it's not that he's ignoring it and not showing proof. He is coming and saying, I'm not showing shit. So there's just only one conclusion to come to, and that's your line. I mean, could be wrong, but that's how it feels, right?
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Big Cat for $99.99. Go after anyone who goes to a VA hospital.
Saying he was wounded in Iraq is bad. That's not an okay thing.
Hospital. My dad goes to one, and he don't need to see that type of shit there. No one does.
That is absolutely true.
I do apologize for going off, Mr. Sloan. I hope I don't scare you off from anyone.
No, brother. Hey, brother. I did my 8 years. I got wounded in Iraq, and I thank you for your service and for what you've done and what you've put up with. So,
I have been fortunate enough that I have never had to find one of these morons out somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad for that.
What are you gonna do? There's a reason talking about us.
What's up, Redneck Dad? I'm only going on my disbelief of Sloan from his major claims, like the retired Navy thing, medically retired Navy. I do think he was in the Navy Reserve, retired NYPD, retired DCMP, and wounded in
that's
combat.
this guy.
Yeah, that's this guy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And now he's saying, well, I mean, not now, but now it's unearthed that he said before that he was wounded in combat. But what vet ever thanks another vet like that? Thank you for your service, man, and for everything you put up with. It feels really removed, doesn't it? It feels like
fuck you and your service, you fucking queer bait motherfucker. That's how we fucking talk to each other. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Your service can suck a dick.
Thank you for your service.
But you can navigate these nuts, motherfucker.
That was my
and that would be the response I expect.
I mean, it's just a weird, we don't talk like that to each other. And I get it. Not all vets talk alike. It's not some huge fucking monolith. This is the hat. Yeah. The DP hat. What's up, Dick Patrol? Navy vet. Oh, now that we got him here, what is the first question on the Navy ASVAB?
Why are you gay?
Fact. These are facts.
It's not gay underway.
But it is noticeable that Sloan doesn't talk like a
Josh
top.
would know. He's been underway as much or more than K-Fat.
No, more. I've been underway more than K-Far.
So who's gayer? Or not gayer?
Still him. He's still the gayest. Still the gay. God damn it. I hate the way they redid these.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
I guess it keeps the mind sharp.
That even looks like K-Fat, dude.
Oh, no, that's it.
I'm still waiting on my big ball fuck.
It's supposed to. Oh, that's right. Shit. Hold on. This is Dickbag did a face swap with Seagal, put Kafar's face on Seagal. So it's supposed to look like K-Fat.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
Well, good job.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
Oh, shit. What am I doing? God damn it. God damn it.
Control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom?
Maybe I should have read. Tom Donovan in front of the show coming in. Muy caliente con 10 Dolores. When God asked SV, why is he gay? Yeah, here we go. Josh was I need a new chat. Josh was confused and asked if a little sample sucking was really gay. God said, yes, Josh, that's really gay, but not really super gay. So you got that going for you. God damn it.
Is that kind of just like dick tasting or what?
Oh my
No, ask him. It's not mine. I didn't do this.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it, Tom Donovan.
So Tommy, you ain't getting your TV back. And fuck you.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, God damn it. That was gold, bro.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
Sample sucking.
Are you in a good area where you get good care, though?
Well, I haven't had to go in a while. You know, there's a couple of good ones in Texas. There really are. There's one in OKC when I'm up there seeing.
In Texas,
Yeah,
supposedly.
this is while he was still lying that he was in Texas. Yeah. Now listen to this. This is weird because Sloan says they sent. I was at Fort Sill, right? He said he's still an active cop, but he was at Fort Sill when he got COVID. So post 20 January 2020. His timeline is weird on this one.
And you know, when me and Kimmy are up there seeing my mom, that you know, if I need to, I can go there.
Yeah, I've actually been to the one there when I had COVID.
He's trying to steal Smashcock's story.
Yeah. It's
Smashcock
really
and MSG.
It's really funny how many, like, Kaiser really took a lot of Jeff's story too, getting blown up and all this shit, like MP in Afghanistan. It's like he took like elements. Kaiser takes elements of a bunch of people's stories, and then like some of them sounds like your shit, some of them sounds like Master shit. It's all funny.
I was down at Fort Fort Sill down in Lawton.
Oh yeah.
And when I got COVID, they sent me up to the VA hospital up in OKC.
Oh,
why would Fort Sill? Again, I'm not saying it's impossible, but he was down at Fort Sill, which, by the way, he claimed he could. He's like, how did I go to the Class 6 on Fort Sill if I wasn't military? I was like, what? He said that in one of my comment to me. I'm like, that is ridiculous. But why would
That's
they?
Verification.
If he was in Fort Sill, I guess because they'd have to send him to a VA hospital. I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Fort Sill.
Yeah.
Home of the artillery.
Yeah.
Fucking, you were Navy, homo. All right, AVN, Army vet, his goddamn self. Later, got some work to do. All right, man, be good. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Now get your ugly white ass out of here.
Catch you later.
Are you a Fat Electrician fan by any chance?
No, sir. No.
Yes.
Well, and I don't disagree. And as a lawyer, I'm going to say these are actions.
She is not a lawyer.
Yeah, she got doxxed. Her real name came out, and they were unable to find her anywhere in any state on any bar list.
Yep. So, a chick who's claiming to be a lawyer, a dude who's completely manufacturing a whole military career, and a dude who claims to be retired from 2 different major metropolitan police departments and the U.S. Navy, and having been wounded in Iraq, as we just heard, are all on one panel, and Kafar is just accepting all of it.
Josh and I are probably on a couple bar lists.
Bart
Fuck,
from
I'll
this.
tell you when he got outed, and I went on Predator Troll there. When he got outed, fucking Falcax left skid marks. He was getting away from him so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a little surprising. I think Falcax kind of got. It was weird that Falcax believed him, but Falcax was such a boot. You know, he had such little time in the army. I don't know. Plus, really,
I had somebody say something the other day there because I interviewed a guy that actually worked with Jeremy DeWitt.
Oh, really?
And
I
I
remember.
He was a private in the Florida National Guard, and of course, fucking DeWitt talked him into taking him on base to the clothing sales so he could get some stuff. And when they got there, I forgot my ID card. And they're like, well, why didn't he question him? Well, privates don't question lieutenants. If he believed he was a lieutenant, it's part of the military rank structure. You don't.
Because, like, especially that early on, your cost benefit ratio is I'm more likely to get in trouble if I don't believe him than if I do believe. If I do believe him, maybe I get, maybe something's wrong or whatever. But I can always.
And if he is in fact that guy, and I help him out,
right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's not only possible; it happened. So. Falcax did the right. Falcax also found out and immediately fucking was like, "Fuck you," and was done. Like, so, I mean, to me, he fooled a lot of people. He did. Kaiser fooled a lot of people.
Kaiser claimed Falcax was the veteran organization he was donating money to.
Yeah, that's right. Kaiser claimed that any money you donated to him went to disabled veterans. And then we called him on it, very specifically Shiz too, and she's like, "Well, I give to veterans organizations Falcax." It's crazy that there's 3 vets on here. Oh shit, this motherfucker! What is going on, dude? How you doing? How are you doing? Fucking haven't seen you for a bit, man. Hope you're doing well in the world.
Speaking of
the prosecutors take daily, and if anybody thinks they don't, you're wrong. But your life is out there.
Totally.
And if you're wanted, might want to be careful.
Well, that's what I tried to tell him that he basically, I would say he lives in a glass house, so he shouldn't throw stones, but he doesn't even live in a glass house. He's just standing.
I mean, the funniest part about all of this is they're all liars. Kfar doesn't, I mean, I guess he has a house now, right? But at this time, he was living in the basement of his girlfriend's parents' house. Like, why do these people put on airs so much? It's so funny. They feel this real need to just put on these airs on here. It's like, come on, man. Who gives a fuck? We're all messy. Life is fucking messy, man.
And then it's over.
Yeah, and then it's over. So accept it. All 3 of us up here are flawed in some kind of way. We've all done some fucking very cool shit, I feel like, some good shit, some admirable shit, and we served. But we're also deeply flawed in other ways too. So, I mean, I don't know. Why do people not?
My flaws are pretty shallow. I'm not as deep as you.
Yeah, I'm not as deep into that as some.
I shouldn't say deeply flawed. Okay, that was probably too. But you know what I mean? Like, deeply flawed is probably the wrong word. That's a little bit. But there's also every yin and yang of life. Racism, cut it, clip it.
Oh, and I'm gonna go nowhere. This is race week for me too. So.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah.
God.
Go fast,
well, if
don't
people
die.
can't audit the government, you aren't.
I might go to the
police.
store
What do you
this
care
week.
If he has warrants? How is it?
I'm
your
on my
job to
lawn this
police
afternoon.
shit?
Well, let me answer this one.
I'm the police.
Let me get this one.
I'm the police.
Oh, this is funny.
Audit the government of nowhere. Oh my God. Well, if people can't audit the government, you aren't the police. What do you care if he has warrants? How is it your job to police shit?
Well, let me answer this one.
I'm the police.
Let me get this one. You know what, Jason? Normally, I wouldn't give a rat's ass. But you see the guy with the glasses, the hat, and the beard that keeps grooming it. Well, that happens to be my brother.
What the fuck?
And I really get pissed.
Fuck.
Really weird. The fucking goddamn cookie eater. Gotta hate
I didn't recognize him without a Chips Ahoy hanging out of his yap.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
If you're new here and new to the KFAR experience, we watched KFAR. By the way, KFAR and Kaiser went over an actual combat vet's resume, a dude who's got, he just happens to be a First Amendment auditor, so they don't like him, Georgia Transparency, who happens to have 3 years in a combat zone, verified, all through documentation, through pictures, all fucking verified. Also, I didn't disbelieve him. They were going through his resume and acting like it was like super soldier shit. And it was just basic NCO shit. And
written like an NCO, by the way.
Yeah. And Kaiser shows his MP tattoo. God, we got to go over that again. And then KFAR, it's not this one. No. KFAR eats a bag of Chips Ahoy for the whole 2.5 hours of the video. The dude is just mainlining fucking little bag of cookies. It's fucking hilarious. Little fathead.
Was that a bag of distinguished Chips Ahoy's? That was his award from the Navy.
I've only ever really seen you smash a fucking pint of ice cream on a live before. I think.
I don't think have I done a whole lot pint? I definitely can crush a pint. I'm not afraid of a pint of ice cream.
Yeah, you don't step away from it often.
This is back when we started, when we were still a little fucking hectic.
Yeah, shit was nuts. I was high on speed all the time, apparently, from the VA. I was high on VA speed. I didn't even notice until I got off. I was like, holy crap, that was that was a bonkers 5 years.
It was.
When criminals with drug habits show up at my friend's house, threaten to shoot him in the face if he comes out and talks to them, and then goes to his kid's school and puts it out over the internet. I have a big problem with that because I don't have a lot of ink, but one of them I got on my left arm is a Mark II dagger with a scroll wrapped around it that reads, "Leave no man behind."
Oh my God. I know. It's so awesome. You just might as well have a tattoo of 2 boys fucking on your arm. That's how gay that shit is, dude.
Josh has a tattoo that says "suck it." I mean, there's a difference.
Way different.
Does it say sample sucking?
Sample sucking.
That tattoo is a little lower.
Yeah, screenshot. It was nuts. They gave me. Basically, it was like Ritalin. I think they said methylphenidate. There's meth in the beginning of it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Methylphenidate. I was like, maybe that should have been my first clue. And then they just kept giving me more. I was fortunate. I never got to a point or anything where I was like, had to go to the street to get anything, which also makes it a little weirder because the VA just kept fucking throwing me pills.
Street to get anything.
Street drugs, not
street speed.
Not
street
cruising.
Speed,
and if you don't know what that means, you're in the wrong damn channel. I'm sure there's a frauditor somewhere having a live stream. You can go kiss their ass and maybe they'll let you donate money to them. But, and he made a comment a minute ago about there being 95,000 pages of federal law. Did I read all of them? No, I have not read all of them. But let me tell you what I have done is I did graduate from a Big 12 school with a fairly decent.
Oh, here we go. He graduated from a Big 12 school. Kaiser never graduated from anywhere. We have him on video claiming that he has a law degree from the University of Texas.
I graduated from a small university that used to be a small Catholic girls' college. Still got a degree.
Yeah, my school was basically shit. I started at Mizzou, but then I finished at Cal State University, Monterey Bay, CSUMB, and it was super easy, but whatever. Federal agencies just want you to have a degree. They don't give unless you're going to be a scientist and shit, they don't give a fuck what it's in, or an accountant or something. And so they're like, just get it. And I was like, get it. Boom.
Maryville of St. Louis.
Nobody. Oh, I should have asked you. Yeah, Maryville. That was a girls' school?
When I started, it was. Yeah.
And he made a comment a minute ago about there being 95,000 pages of federal law. Did I read all of them? No, I have not read all of them. But let me tell you what I have done is I did graduate from a Big 12 school with a fairly decent GPA. And seeing as how I have an officer here, a former sheriff's deputy here, and also a bar card carrying attorney.
Who's the sheriff's deputy? Is he talking about KFAR?
KFAD just let it go. KFAR did not correct him on that. KFAR heard it and then kind of looked down and he let it go. It's so funny. So they're all lying.
He was a civilian clerk, wasn't he?
Yeah, right? That's my understanding. He was a civilian intake clerk. Like, that's it. I don't think he's specifically claimed. I mean, I think he's let people believe other shit, but I don't think he's claimed otherwise.
That's the same thing, dude. Like me calling you out for the BSM bullshit, you know, where you kept saying I had a V and I thought you were busting my balls the whole time. Or when you get my titles wrong or you get the places I was at wrong, I correct you on that shit. It's important.
The V
so
thing I
if
was
you
wrong
don't,
about. Yeah.
if you don't do it, that's the same, in my opinion, as saying that you did it.
Especially if you hear it.
Right. You're right there. It's again, it's like Top saying, it's an integrity thing. You know, no, that I don't have a V device. Never did. No, I didn't work for the city. No, I wasn't a homicide detective. It's that simple.
Yeah. It also helps me clarify so I can get it wrong 5 more times before getting it right.
Well, right. Well, it's part of our shtick, I think.
What was really funny though is I really did think. I mean, I know we've said it before, but I really did think you had a V on your BSM for up until what 4 years ago, 5 years, whenever we started the podcast. So 5 years ago, 4 years ago,
whatever. Yeah, it was funny. I was like, no, I thought
actually
you just being a smart ass. Oh,
well,
look, yeah.
I mean, I figured why not? I knew you guys were like fucking hooking and jabbing quite a bit, so I figured it was. I also just remember thinking like, you bust this motherfucker and then you give him a fucking BSM.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he got busted on that deployment too.
Is the official legal analyst to this channel.
Hey, Pico.
Miss Arizona Jeep
what's
Girl,
up?
have I ever gone out talking about any form of laws that I wasn't bullseye on?
No, you have not. And
verify whether I'm wrong or right. But the reason that technology will always outpace the laws is because while a technology can be created in somebody's garage, the law has to withstand the scrutiny of being passed and being upheld and being signed into law. And that is never going to happen overnight.
Jason. Just a bunch of shit. They're talking about auditors.
I can make some shit in my garage, but you got to get something passed through the law for it to be like law. But I can make some shit in my garage. Goddamn redneck bumpkin motherfuckers. I can't take it anymore, bro. I thought dude, my brain's getting retarded again. I was re-educating myself after we got out of this fucking mess. And I felt like I was getting smarter, bro. I was like, yeah, man, I'm feeling like I could read like 2 pages in a row today. And now
we're back to
back. God damn it.
Ruff don't give a fuck.
Oh shit, wrong one.
I'm opposed to dildos.
Technology has made it very easy to out these guys. However, I just got back a couple of friggin' NPRC requests. I had their name, date of birth, exact dates of service, last 4 on the social, and the sorry fucking clerks at NPRC, we couldn't find it. We need more info. Do I need to come do your job for you?
I mean, that's insane. How much more info would you need than that? How much more info would you need than that? Yeah, well, isn't he All-American Todd is an auditor now? He All-American Auditor or something like that. I think someone Todd.
Kentucky's just fucked up. That whole fucking state's just fucked up.
And NPRC, Top, when I got my shit back, like I said, I got my records. There's one piece of paper that I'm missing that I want, and that's what I was hoping was going to be in there. They don't have jack shit. they have my first discharge, not my second discharge, but they got my Bronze Star certificate in there, but not the citation I was looking for, and a couple of enlistment documents, and that's it. And I'm like, man, that was a pretty weak return. It was 11 documents total.
That is pretty weak because, well, and you could blame that pretty much on your unit because your unit has to scan that shit and submit it to iPerms. When they first transitioned over to the digital stuff, my entire 201 file, which at the time was probably this freaking thick because I had been in forever.
You know what?
All of my shit from like back when I enlisted, back in the Stone Age, it's all in there.
Dude, you know where my 201 file's at? You just made it click. It's in the closet in the file cabinet. It's a 3-inch fucking floppy disk, bro. Where the fuck am I gonna fucking find a goddamn 3-inch floppy disk drive?
I got one. I got a USB 3.5 drive.
Do you really?
I'm gonna have to find me one because
go on Amazon. They've got them. 3.5 drive to USB.
All right. So yeah, maybe there may be something there. All these
It
years
might
it's been
be in there, and they never uploaded it.
Yeah, I got it.
Or it's going to end up being a blank disc.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. All right.
Jason says we have too many laws. My point.
Chris,
Well,
it was your
because we're a
email.
nation of
Chris, I did check your. That's what it was. Yeah, you were right. It was you. I couldn't remember. I was blanking real quick on who it was that sent the email, but yes. He came in here as All American Audits, and it was pretty easy to tell it was him. I didn't know it at the time. I was like, that dude sounds like Todd. I don't care that he's in here, obviously. I mean,
I'm trying to give you guys a place to come. And they come for me. They're always coming for me. I mean, can handle it, but it's a lot. And I love it.
So he couldn't make it on the anti-auditor side, so now he's become one.
So now he's become one. Yeah. I mean, the guy, like I said, the guy doesn't stand for anything except for his racism. That's like the only principle that dude has.
Hey, so let me tell you this real quick. So my dentist retired. We get a new guy that purchased the practice from her. My wife goes, has her first appointment, blah, blah, blah. She comes back and she says, hey, our new dentist was a Navy SEAL. I'm like, okay.
That's a good story.
Yeah, he said he only did 4 years. And I'm thinking to myself, right now, the gears are whizzing. And he was stationed in Germany. The gears are really whizzing now. And I'm like, okay. I don't think much about it, and I keep it under my hat. And then I had to go yesterday to get my teeth cleaned. And I meet the guy. And he's a dentist. He's a little off.
Yeah.
But he actually was a Navy SEAL. Because, of course, I fired off an email to Don. Because 4 years as a Navy SEAL with a deployment stationed in Germany, none of that made any sense. And I started looking up shit, and I'm like, he wasn't making any claims to me. He didn't even mention it to me. He did see my my airborne tat. Said, yeah, I got a set of those wings from another lifetime. And I let it go. I didn't say anything, even knowing what my wife told me. But he's
there. I don't know. He looked a little younger.
He's actually in his mid to late 40s.
So Stuttgart. He was probably at Stuttgart.
Exactly.
So
that's where he was.
Yeah.
Because that's where the U.S. whatever fucking.
Mm-hmm. That's
Naval
like,
Special Warfare Unit 2.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it.
So like and then SOCAF. So special
He
operations.
he was assigned to Team 4. I guess I'm thinking came out of Buds, went to 4, did a deployment, probably got messed up somehow or another, and then ended up in Germany until he got out.
When was he in Germany?
Well, he graduated Buds in 2001, November of 2001.
My brother went in either 98, 99, or 2000. And then he got medicaled out after Hell Week, and they stuck around for a while, and then he went to NSW2, and he spent years in NSW2. So
he would know him.
Yeah.
Huh. It's interesting.
Well,
Compelling.
he's a civilian dentist.
Of laws,
Small
Jason.
world, man. That would be funny if your brother does know him. I mean, how would you? It would seem like.
Talk about a small world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the assholes going out and exploiting potential gray areas or exploiting
to Hippie.
Do what now?
Text that picture to Hippie.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
what could be considered weaknesses. If we didn't have those assholes going and doing that, then guess what? We wouldn't have to be going back. Our lawmakers wouldn't be having to go back and revise these things to meet the current level of asshole that we're at.
So at the beginning of America, I imagine we had very few laws because
At the beginning of
people didn't live
America.
that long and there wasn't shit to do.
Who speaks like that?
Wait till you hear what the fuck this doofus, fathead McGee doofus says. Because
level of asshole that we're at.
Why anybody fucking listens to these people is so beyond me. I mean, we are, I guess, but why would you listen to? I mean, I guess if you're dumb and you're just like, yeah, I hate auditors or whatever.
So at the beginning of America, I imagine we had very few laws because let's be real, people didn't live that long and there wasn't shit to do. You know what I mean?
Didn't have many laws because people didn't live that long and there wasn't shit to do. Better go away. What's going on?
Why is it that all you frauditors and all you frauditor fluffers want to treat every officer you come across the same? Every one of them you walk up and you intentionally treat with the grossest disrespect I've ever seen in my life. And I've been all over this world.
That's one of the things that always made me laugh about this stump. He's sitting here fucking fluffing the popo, and he's a goddamn convicted fucking felon at this point already.
Yeah.
And suspected of a fucking homicide. But he's going to sit there and jerk off the fucking police? Come on, guy. This always made me fucking just like shake my goddamn head, man.
If you're new to Kaiser, the thing that we forgot, other than his 9 felony convictions, for real, is he was indicted for capital fucking murder. He was indicted for capital murder and currently has 9 felony convictions. At this point, when he's talking, he's only got 4 felony convictions. He's only got the 4, I think, right? 4 or 5, whatever it was. But he's out on pretrial confinement for 5 more felonies as he's speaking right now.
The Taliban had more respect for me when they were trying to chop my fucking head off. Every one of them you walk up and you intentionally treat with the grossest disrespect I've ever seen in my life. And I've been all over this world. The Taliban had more respect for me when they were trying to chop my fucking head off. All right. So let me ask you this question.
The Taliban weren't really cutting people's heads off. They were fucking torturing and executing.
I think Kaiser still has at least 4.5 years to go. Somebody asked, but I think he got 5 years day for day.
5 years day for day. What's up, Matt, by the way? How you doing?
The Taliban was cutting heads off, but they were cutting the heads off of journalists.
Yeah.
And women.
Yes.
And
right.
teachers. And it was Al-Qaeda, particularly in Iraq, who was decapitating motherfuckers.
Yeah, we had one of our Terps was trying to go on vacation. The routes were black. We couldn't go out. So he decided he was going to go on his own. And that didn't work out too well for him because a week or so later, he was laying out in the middle of a Yarmulke circle with his head on his chest.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they were brutal. They were the Shia were brutal, putting drills through dudes' legs and shit, going in on these torture fucking places. Oh, goddamn, man. They did
the Sunni were no fucking better, bro.
Oh, sure. I know. But I just mean but Al-Qaeda and Haqqani, all these guys are Sunni. So, but I'm just saying the Shia the Shia, on the other hand, too, were just as fucking brutal.
I'm gonna back out. I got some stuff I got to do. I got an appointment and stuff. I'm just going to drop down on the bottom, and I'm going to leave it play. Hippie, good talking to you. Jihadi Josh, I'll catch up with you later.
Later.
Yeah, I was sandwiched between the Sunni and the Shia. I had all that fucking that acreage along the river that was the Sunni bath fucking party palaces and lake or river houses and shit. And they were surrounded by the poor Shia fucking communities. It was constant fucking infighting, bro. And they were wicked to each other. I mean, you know, you were there. It was insanity.
Yeah, I worked the, you know, Route Irish cut the Sunni, and I worked mostly the Sunni area, and then, you know, west was Sunni, west side of the street was Sunni, east side of the street was Shia, and the Shia, and man, they just loved fucking each other up. They like lived for it. All right, Redneck Dad, I'm always glad to see you stop by, brother. Be good, man. Be good. Catch you on the flip side.
Now get your ugly white ass out of here.
All right, let's get back to these guys.
There, Jason. How old are you and where are you from?
He did.
Not only did I get my
behind the scenes, Kaiser was claiming to be a contractor, just like DeWitt. Claiming to be a fucking contractor. That's what he was saying.
My college degree, my undergrad. I also question there, Jason. How old are you and where are you from? You know, not only did I get my college degree, my undergrad, I also went to the Colorado School of Trades and got my degree in gunsmithing as well. So, you know, Jason, I like to think that I'm fairly intelligent.
Where did he go to school?
I don't know.
Not only did I get my college degree,
in this one he doesn't say it. He says somewhere in Colorado, but let's hear.
My undergrad, I also went to the Colorado School of Trades and got my degree in gunsmithing as well.
That's all I needed to hear.
School of Trades.
Never heard of it. Let me look.
Well, so, you know, Jason, I like to think that I'm a fairly intelligent and educated person. Oh shit! Hey, Andre.
Yeah.
Hey, should we tell them about the?
So this is, I'm putting this in. Some of this isn't like super relevant, but I just want to prove that it's, hey Andre, like it's him. Kaiser's calling his name. It is Andrea Sloan, whatever his real name is, claiming to have been wounded in Iraq.
The email conversation we had today when you were telling me about your work shift. He tells me when I you know asked him if he wanted to come on tonight. He's like, yeah, if I get off in time, I'm working the 12 to 10 shift. I'm like, well, I guess the 12 to 10 shift as a cop is better than the 12 to 10 shift as a stripper.
Oh, damn.
It's so weird. You know how you were saying, like, you know, you step in to correct me if we're talking shit or whatever. Like you would correct somebody. It seems, or if you have a cop story, or if you are retired from two separate major metropolitan police departments, like it's weird how he doesn't ever interject on anything. You know?
Yeah, I would think that. Look, I ain't gonna share a shit ton, but I'm gonna interject when there's something that's like just out in left field. You know, like no, that's not.
Or it's relevant to adding to the conversation.
Yes.
Like opposite, man, when I was a cop, this, or, you know, like this would be a great spot. Again, this doesn't mean he's lying, but it's just like, it's weird that you would have so much time as a cop that you would never interject on any of these things.
The Colorado School of Trades is a real school, but you have to go there.
I wonder, it's so weird. I wonder why he probably claims that one because he found it and then realized nobody's going to look it up.
Yeah.
I told him I wouldn't make much money as a stripper. I'll tell you that.
It cost
it was that title that you threw up there that had me.
Oh, the chipping whales?
Actually, it's not that I don't know what they do in Omaha, but in Texas, we respect the rule of law. We respect those that sacrifice their lives, their freedoms, their families to enforce those laws. Just like we respect soldiers for doing the same thing. And I'm going to tell you
don't
something right
respect
now about
shoulders,
cops.
though. You don't have any.
I
You
probably
little fucking one neck having motherfucker.
No show. He's got Cyrex levels fucking shoulders.
I lost 100 pounds, almost all my muscle mass in the last 5 years, and I still have shoulders. How do you not have fucking shoulders?
try to use my wife to bend me over.
Oh, that's not a good one. Good picture. Yeah.
Could have gotten on in any number of departments when I mustered out of the Army. And I figured out real quick why it wouldn't have been a good fit for me. Because while civilian law enforcement and the military will always have a lot in common, because a lot of the law enforcement, especially with its rank structure and command style, So what are you telling me? You're an abolitionist?
So okay, that's his pause.
But
abolitionist,
you know, they're heavily the command.
What the fuck? What is an
It's
abolitionist?
It's not 1860, fuckface.
I know, carpetbagger. What? I don't even know what exactly is an abolitionist. I don't even know.
You know what I'm about to tell you then.
Command styles and rank structures are heavily influenced by the military and law enforcement. And
Kaiser's claimed to be a cop. Also, he's told stories. Anti-slaver. Okay. Johnny boy, the doofuses are calling from Glen to Glen, from YouTube and Discord too.
The doofus is the one calling literally right now, Johnny.
That's probably a good thing, because you're always going to have officers of different styles.
Yeah, we get it.
Ambition, natural talent for doing the job. And yes, you need to have a chain of command similar to that of the military. But the reason that I respect officers the way I do, and the good officer,
it's again Sloan, who's a 20. I mean, I don't know, how do you retire? You probably don't have to do 20 years at NYPD and then 20 years at DC. I don't know how that would work, how you'd retire out of two major places like that. But and Sloan's just letting them. Yeah, Sloan's just letting them fucking talk.
Even me retire. If I would retire from my department, it wasn't even through my department. It was through the state.
Oh shit.
That's who our retirement. That's who our the law enforcement retirement was set up. It was through the state. It wasn't even through the city. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's not possible.
Yeah, and it'd be possible to do the 8 years Navy Reserve concurrently while you're doing your while you're doing your police time 100%, obviously.
Like, okay, so we get a lot of cops that come out here. The county I live in, Park County, it's a massive county, bigger than some of y'all's East Coast states. And the county has like 18,000 people. But we're close to Denver, so we get a whole lot of fucking traffic, and we got all these parks and recreation areas, yada yada, right? So it's a starter department, the sheriff's department. So you get all these young guys, or you get these fuckers that retire from the city or the big departments down the hill, and they come up here. They don't spend another 20 years as a cop, even up here. That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that he would retire from NYPD and then retire from also DC Metropolitan Police. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
I won't say
again,
it's impossible, because that's just not. I'm not Rasputin. I don't know everything.
Right.
But
there's always a waiver. There's always a special thing.
It's out of the realm of likelihood and possibility. Let's put it that way. And
then when you make these claims, but vehemently refuse to show any proof of these claims, it's really kind of impossible to come to any other conclusion beyond that you're lying. I mean, if you have I've had a unique career. I have a career progression, not really unique specifically, but it kind of a unique career progression. And so I understand that. And so when I say talk about it, I know I'm going to need to back it up because it sounds a little off. It sounds like, really? Okay. So you back it up. I don't know. I mean, so to me, if you were going to make a claim that's hard to believe on its face, even if they want to believe you, I feel like you should have the claims for that. You should have the proof to back it up.
And as soon as somebody calls out your fucking your story, because that's what it is until you prove it. It's a story. When somebody calls you out on that story, that's the time that you then, if you're not going to show it to your supporters who already believe you, then that's when you show it to fucking give more credence to yourself, to your fucking supporters. I mean, it's the simplest of things. All you do is lose people when you can't produce, what do y'all call them, the receipts. When you can't produce the documents or the proof, you've just lost your case, and you're gonna start losing your people, except for those hardline fucking Muppets who are too stupid to even see straight. They're the same ones that drink the Kool-Aid down in fucking Jim Jones town.
Yeah. And it's the same with like Ernie and his shit, Big Ern and his shit. It's like tomorrow. It's like, all right, man.
Right.
So I don't,
and for years, it was always tomorrow with every one of these guys. Tomorrow.
Kaiser had his DD-214 in storage, so I'm getting it tomorrow. I'll go next time I go to Alabama. It's always tomorrow. Always motherfucking tomorrow. All right, let me get to this. Johnny Boy 15. This is Green Lancer 37. What's going on? Now that we are down here, we're doing some BDA on a couple of fucking lying doofuses. Roger that. Well, check this out. I got Ben Holden with me on point on guns. Roger that. Let's put some warheads to foreheads, motherfucker. What do you say? You shake them loose, we'll bag them, tag them. Sounds good. Roger, we got a 3 in the Grove. Your wings level cleared hot. 3 in the Grove. Smoke them if you can.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me, bitch.
It's going to get hotter. Cracker.
Johnny Boy and Ben Holden. Good shooting down here. Grunty moving in. 50 cal is what we in the industry like to refer to as live. Get some. Fucking get some. Doofus snipe in place. Roger that. Take that motherfucking shot.
Pow! Bitch.
Pow! Whoops, wrong. Yeah, and the talk erupted in applause. Good shooting. Thank you, guys.
Was it the talk or the cock?
The talk. When it was the cock, it was the COC. It was really funny. But then when it went to the Tactical Operations Center, they called it TOC. But when it was Command Operations Center, like, oh, you're not going to call it the cock?
Come on, Gunny.
Officers,
you don't want to come to the cock.
Now, make no mistake. You can ask anybody in here, Jason. I hate dirty cops. I cannot stand dirty cops.
No, I agree.
I cannot stand dirty cops because they piss all over the hard work that the good cops do on a daily basis.
The dirty cops put in a lot of hard work too.
You know, that's like being investigated by CID and being a commissioned officer.
Yeah, right.
Don't tell them short, motherfucker.
It ain't easy being corrupt.
It ain't.
During the military.
Sometimes it's worn as a badge of honor, to be honest with you.
Well, you're right.
What?
And in certain places, it is. I'm just
to be investigated. I edited it down for time or whatever, but they're talking about bad cops. He's like saying for some odd reason Kaiser is equating. I mean, I know not some odd reason he has no experience with the military, but he was like, that's like a military officer getting investigated by CID. No, it's not. When you have an internal affairs investigation, it's not like that at all.
No.
But again, it's really weird Yeah, it's really weird that Sloan doesn't jump in as a cop. Someone earlier said you had to have 10 years vested. So let's say he did 20 years. Let's say he got vested in 10 years in both PDs. Cool. That's 20 years. 20 years as a cop still. That's like, it's just weird that he doesn't jump in.
And keep in mind, I'm speaking purely hypothetically and with some ignorance, because I didn't go into civilian law enforcement for the simple reason that
we're military.
You know,
yeah.
I feel that that y'all have it harder than soldiers do for the simple fact that every time I deployed, I only had to wave goodbye to my family one time.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I didn't have to do it every single
stupidly
day.
Gay this dude is. Jesus Christ. Oh man, look, I went to work every night. You know what it was? It wasn't waving goodbye to my wife every night. I was like, all right, see you later. Love you. Love you too. You know, just like every other day going to work.
Right.
There was no dramatic fucking, oh my God, it might be the last time we see. Go hug your daddy. The kids were like, oh, fucking thank God. That motherfucker.
Could you imagine how traumatic that would be if you're like, if you did that with your kid, with your family every night?
Right?
You give those motherfuckers PTSD.
Yep. Agreed.
Why are you gay?
And the other reason is because I know the first time that I came across a Joshy or a Jerry, and what I mean is not them being frauditors or half-ass offsets. What I mean is,
I did not look it up. Angel Rivera says, Stone Vet, do you know there's a searchable database for NYPD retirees, right? Yeah, I found it out because people have been looking him up. People were trying to look him. He claims to go by his real name, but there's nobody by any name of that name in any sort of roster with NYPD or with DC at all. And he lives in Tennessee. I mean, you can retire, sure, obviously. Dick Bag Patrol. Kaiser waved goodbye to his fake family every night before he went to his job until he robbed them.
Wasn't that his job?
It was his job, pretty much.
if I came across somebody that thinks it's a good idea because they're a damn bath salt sommelier, that it's okay that they beat up on their wife. Or I come across a scumbag who is on government disability but wants to keep trying to work under the table to pay for their drug life and their little nomadic existence in a hotel room with their 5-year-old daughter, but they're using their 5-year-old daughter to.
This is from a dude who literally has no job, who is on pretrial confinement, facing 5 felonies, who has 4 previous felony convictions and a capital murder indictment.
And prior to that, he was streaming out of his mom's craft room.
Yes. Fucking hilarious.
eBay to buy more drugs.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that makes me sick that they do.
I know that because of the type of father I am and having a daughter that is that age. I know.
By the way, he does not have a daughter. He has no daughter. That's a lie.
I know exactly what I would do if I were the officer that responded to that scene. And I would do more time than they will.
You know, it's funny you say that because it's, you would end up being a lot more professional than you think you would. I'll just put that out there. You know, because I'm like you. I mean, I'm ex-military, disabled vet. I've been doing this since 1989.
Whoa. Timelines.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Been doing it since 89. And then he just retired months ago, according to him. He's still doing the cop shit at this point. Again, according to him. So that would be, what's 89? So 25. So it'd be, what, 37 years? Something like that? What's he got? 90, 35, 36 years. Which he does claim. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh my God, that's right. In his community post, he claims 36 years as a cop. Which, okay.
And it's the same thing. I get a lot of comments on my videos of that I'm a bad cop. What are you
judging?
What are you judging that on? Yeah, it's kind of like,
Well,
how
it's
are
like
you
that,
saying,
you know, I did.
you don't know me and you're labeling me as a bad cop because you hate cops.
Yep.
Again, it's I get it. You can't go based off the way somebody sounds, right? If you on whether they're lying or not, but it sounds weird. He talks about the military a little bit more closely, but he still kind of talks about military and cop stuff like kind of removed from it, right? Like, you're calling me a bad cop? You don't know me. I don't know. I mean, all the cops I know, ex-cops, you included, are like, I don't give a fuck.
And here's the reality of it. I guarantee you that in many, many people's stories, I'm a bad fucking cop. Promise you.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You're doing a job that people don't want to do, and you're against and doing it against people that don't want to be caught. People are going to be.
Like I've said before, we didn't get called to people's houses when they're having a good time. We get called to people's houses generally when they're having the worst time of their life. And that's what we walk into.
And this dude is claiming to be 37-year vet, not vet, but military from 2 major metropolitan PDs. I haven't lived in New York. I visited there. I did live in DC, though. It's a city. And you got city shit going on all the time. Like, he just doesn't. And then he's like, I'm a bad cop. You don't know me. It just sounds he just doesn't sound like a grizzled ex-cop to me. Which, again.
No, the instructor for my detective and new criminal investigator course was a DC detective. And he sounded a little different. Let's just say.
Yeah.
There's an intensity level in those guys that is on another level. Even the ones that are laid back, there's you can feel the intensity in their fucking presence.
I will say this, man. DC cops were the coolest cops I've ever interacted with, as a general thing. They were cool, but they also were not fucking around.
No.
Like, they were not fucking around, and it's exactly that. You could feel their presence. But the truth is, they still were pretty, like, by cool, I mean cool for on-duty cops, meaning they would interact with you in a non-confrontational way.
Personally, it's just me. I can only speak for myself. I have never ran into these monstrous asshole cops that everybody talks about. I've also never been on the receiving end of the negative effects of my actions with the police. I always escaped that before it came to that point because I used to be a cop. I know what's coming. I know how to get the fuck out. I'm gone. Y'all deal with that shit. So I don't know. This fucking guy.
It just sounds weird. He doesn't sound like true.
Hey, put us back up top.
I guess my larger point too with it too is the way he's saying it is like, it feels like it would just be par for the, like, it'd be like being on the internet, like, oh, some people don't like me. Like, oh, okay. No shit.
I'm back.
What's up?
I got time.
Cool.
Hey,
right.
Hippie, I don't know if you've heard this too. Everybody always says, man, don't ever go to New York City, even if you're a cop carrying. Well, I did a motorcycle. I went to one of the 9/11 motorcycle rides, and we decided, and I had my badge and stuff, and I was carrying. And we went to go into the 9/11 museum, and they have a big metal detector there. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Now what do I do? So I called over one of the security guys, and I'm like, hey, I showed him my creds. I showed him my badge. I said, I'm carrying. He says, oh, not an issue. Hold on a minute. Let me get one of these New York cops. Let me get one of these cops out here to come over, and they can hook you up. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm fixing to get arrested.
Yeah. You're getting hooked up.
The dude was, and he was one of their anti-terrorist unit guys. He was so fucking cool. He's like, dude, we got a substation over here. Come on with me. took me to the substation. I signed in. I put my gun in a locker. Went back, went through the museum, and then I just went back to the substation afterwards. Got my gun. They were like, "Hey, have a great trip. Enjoy your stay." And so,
yeah, that happened to me at the Arch. So I took my family. There's a museum and all that shit under there and all that. So, but this is after 9/11, and everything had changed. So I'm coming down. I got my fucking shit in my fucking ankle. No big deal. It's there's the city. So I get there and metal detectors and all this shit, and I say I'm a cop, I'm armed. They're like, "You're what?" And who? Like, who are you with? And I was like, "Moline." It was like, all right. So they pull me aside. And then now all these fucking the law enforcement rangers come up. They take me to this back room and start talking. Like you said, though, they were cool as shit. And I was like, "Oh, hey man, I just didn't know the fucking rules changed." They were like, "Oh, that's not a big deal." They let me lock it up in one of their lockers right there. Fucking cruise to the museum, come back out, grab my shit, no harm, no foul. But yeah,
yep.
I would never take my shit to New York as a St. Louis guy.
I did it as a mass guy, and no issues. I mean, they were cool as shit about it.
But yeah, because what we were always told, just like you said.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's always like, "Oh, don't ever go to New York City. They'll lock you up. They don't give a fuck who you are." Blah blah. Bullshit. And these were, like I said, the anti-terror. He had anti-terrorism on the back of his jacket, NYPD, all that. They were cool as fuck about it.
Nice. Tom Donovan. Stone Vet, now that Retard and Gravy Girl are going hard defending JJ. His show is getting a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. I did try and watch. I tried to check in and see if there's going to be anything worth it. And I got to be honest, Todd is really repulsive to me now. Like, I can't fucking listen to a minute of him anymore. It's like grating. He's not doing anything new. Yeah, we get it. Chris Ryder and JJ. I mean, JJ's a piece of shit dude, but.
Oh, yeah. I'm an unemployed felon. Let me rephrase. I'm an unemployed jagoff with a felony record of meth habit.
He was talking about a frauditor, but that's literally him.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what really freaks me out is, okay, you got auditors, and whose stories are true?
It sucks, but it's auditors.
GT, Blind Justice, those guys.
Yeah.
And then you go to the other side of the house, and they're a bunch of fucked up bag of donuts.
These dudes,
and then,
I love the bag of donuts.
And then what are the rest of us, the normal people, who are neither auditors or anti-auditors?
There is a lot of stolen valor.
We like to laugh at them.
Are we the fluffers that he refers to?
I think we're the fluffers. I don't know. Back at this time. And then people hate it. They're like, he loves. Hey, Stone Vet's over there loving auditors. Like, no.
He's just fluffing.
Yeah,
just fluffing him.
like his hair.
Yeah,
look at his hair.
There's no love.
It's the only fluffing going on here is his head.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
I'm opposed to dildos.
I drunk so much protein. Oh my God.
That's the other thing is.
I'm glad I could come on and bring this down to the juvenile level.
Maybe going back a couple months ago now. I'm trying to remember who they were. They were screaming about, "I'll get every picture on your phone," kind of deal. And that's not part of the FOIA request. The only thing that they can request is.
He's talking about this all weird. There's something just weird about the way he talks about cop and law enforcement shit and just sort of the day-to-day shit. Again, that doesn't mean anything. I was never a cop. Clearly, I'm on panel with 2 former cops. I'm around cops a lot. A lot of ex-cop buddies.
You know what cops generally never talk about? It's the day-to-day shit, because that's 99% of what we do, and it sucks ass. We talk about that little bit of percentage of shit that was actually exciting, traumatic, fun, ridiculous, stupid, but not the day-to-day horse shit, because that's what we try to fucking forget. Just like the service.
Yep. You fucking show up, the cruiser check, the fucking paperwork, the
mind-numbing paperwork.
Yep. Not to mention the in-service training and the fucking recertifications
And then as a
and
supervisor, you have to fucking review all those ridiculous things in the reports and fucking reviewing police reports. Jesus Christ. It's like a fucking senior NCO wrote it. No offense, Todd. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about.
No offense, dipshit.
I'm talking
Photo that
specifically
was
the
taken
E7
on your
range.
phone.
Josh, calm down. If you came as a cunt, you've won. Okay.
Kind of deal. And that's not part of the FOIA request. The only thing that they can request is the photo that was taken of them.
Exactly. And
They
well,
can-
even
yeah.
then, they don't get to determine what is a public record and what's not.
You can FOIA request a shit that you're not in. That's ridiculous.
That's why it's a request form. They can request all day long.
It's hard to,
and yes,
to
by
request
law,
stuff that you are.
Whatever
Yes.
government entity they're requesting records from has to accept their request. Yes. But there are so many reasons why they don't have to grant their request.
My other one is like, hey,
It's so crazy to me that how authoritarian these dudes, these pro or anti-auditor dudes often come across. I mean, it should be like, no, open up more. We need more transparency on this shit. Like when
the prime example of that is KFAR's review of the Kaiser arrest.
Yes.
And how fucking wrong he was about all of it.
It was amazing. Yeah. And then
he has no idea how body cameras work. So he was making comments that were not even close to probably being even remotely correct.
And how many comments have you ever heard me make about body cameras?
None, because you never used one.
Never. I've got zero experience with them. I like watching them on YouTube, but that's my experience with them. So I could see where his experience comes from.
So my experience with body cams is they're a pain in the ass. Only because you have to remember to turn the fucking thing on, blah, 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 when you first get started. But the biggest pain in the ass now is all the defense attorneys are trying to get any body cam footage excluded from every case.
After
Why?
they cried.
Because it shows their people fucking up.
Yeah, because their clients fucking guilty as charged.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Careful what you wish
And
for,
it's
fuckers.
hilarious. They wanted it. What we want to show how the cops are not doing their job correctly, and lo and behold, we're doing our job correctly, and your client's a shitbag.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I will say this part:
the law says
it would have made that one in particular case that I cooperated with the feds on much easier to prove, because we never proved the actual rape case. We convicted him on lying to the FBI. So and he still fucked around and found out. Got 10 years for that. He should have got more. He should have got convicted of the rape. But the lack of those pieces was the key that fucked the case. So having that camera or having that lapse in time of camera would have been massive. I don't know how cops don't solve cases today. I sit here and watch case after case after case being solved with, doorbell cameras, security cameras, traffic cameras everywhere. How the fuck is anybody getting away with anything? I don't understand.
It's almost like lying about your military service on the internet.
Well,
like, how do you think you're not going to get caught? At some point, I mean, it may last for a fucking while. All right, let's get back to the video. Oh, hold on. This is Freeman Press. He's been following the JJ Scarborough, low-level corrupt elected official JJ Scarborough down in Meade County. Both lawsuits. So the jail right now has 2 lawsuits.
Oh, no.
Freeman saying both lawsuits accuse the jail nurse of neglect. Oh, by the way, JJ Scarborough fucked one of his subordinates, knocked her up, and then unilaterally tripled her pay. This is what you get when you take two positions and only hire one person and give them all the money. One person doing two jobs. Yep, good point.
Or 15
Bullshit. The law says that
No,
the
it
officer
doesn't.
on scene do kicks.
Right.
Oh my God.
There's
The
a
law-
reason that there. And you guys, y'all were both uniform. Y'all were both officers. So y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. I have a feeling I'm going to be right though.
You're
Wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to go with wrong. Who's he talking about? We're both officers. Does he mean KFAR? Or oh no, okay, that's wait. I don't know who he's talking about.
One of the reasons that there is not a minimum arbitrary distance that one of you assholes with a camera, and by that I mean frauditors, not reporters, because a reporter wouldn't need to be told this shit. But there is a reason that there is not a minimum mandatory arbitrary distance that one of you idiots stands from a crime scene or a scene of an investigation, which is which traffic stops are included. The reason is because regardless of how many of them there are, no two crime scenes are ever going to be identical.
All right, I'll finish. Actually, let me just finish.
So if they're not identical,
No
how could
shit,
one pass a
sure.
law that would put an arbitrary distance that one could safely stand?
Okay, actually, I'll stop because this one goes on for a little bit. Well, again, it's just weird that Sloan isn't jumping in on this. Like you're letting a dude who admitted he's not civilian law enforcement. He tries to claim he was a military MP, so he does try and claim military police, but he's never a civilian cop. So why is he just letting him talk? It'd be like if you guys just sat there and let me talk cop shit and never fucking jumped in on any. I don't mean to even just correct me, but just to be like,
We might
okay.
just to see where it goes, though.
Yeah, it might be entertaining.
But I don't think he's that smart.
Also, all my cop stories are me getting my ass kicked.
That's why we want to listen. They're fun.
And without interfering, when you can't, that's like BSBT shit of wanting to know specific answers to hypothetical questions.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. That's why the Supreme Court said what they said. It's up to the officer, and in anything that they did would be based on a case-by-case basis.
Again, Sloan at this time is a current cop. Why not just come in and be like, well, for me, here's what I do. Here's how I don't know. I mean, you don't need to go into everything, but it's just like, it just seems weird that he doesn't jump in on any of this. And he jumps in from a layman's perspective, not from, he doesn't sound like he's coming from a cop's knowledge perspective.
It feels like a Google knowledge.
Yeah, feels like a Google knowledge. Yeah, that's right.
Because if you make him stand 50 feet back, then there's a chance.
Joey,
you
I'm
are
guessing that
violating
would be
their rights.
Chili.
Did Chili? Is that who did it?
That's what I'm guessing.
But if you tell them 20 feet and you're putting them,
I don't think you need to be that close anymore. I don't know what, but whatever.
It's in the middle of the road, then now you're liable.
Exactly. And then if something bad happens to them, like when they try to pull a Jerry and Sam Squatch and pull a Sam Squatch in the Hendersons and throw themselves on the side of a car.
Well,
Arizona's try to sue the cop and get some go away money.
Yeah, Arizona had a law that they were trying to pass.
Again, he's claims to be 37 years of experience in two major metropolitan PDs, DC and New York, but he's talking randomly about some random Arizona thing. Like,
all I keep hearing is that I'm glad I was a cop when I was a cop, because when we told you to back the fuck up, you got the fuck back, and if you didn't get the fuck back, you got cuffed. We didn't have time for this shit. And we didn't have these fucking Muppets out there with cameras in our fucking face either. Thank God I got the fuck
And
out
nowadays, obstruction has to be a physical act. No, it doesn't. It could be verbal. The minute
I just
you
made it physical.
yeah. Yeah, obstruction. As soon as you interfere with that officer doing his duty, it's obstruction.
Yeah.
Again, these are insights coming from two former cops who I would think that see how different they sound than Sloan. Again, it's not that you can't say somebody because they sound different that they're fake. You can't do that. That's not. It's an easy trap to fall into. He doesn't sound like this. I mean, I've been told too that like you don't act like a Marine, you don't look like a Marine. Like I don't know how fucking many Marines you met, but I act exactly like all of them, pretty much. And so, like, but it's weird that he doesn't jump in with 3+ decades of experience.
That's not what I said, Scrotius, or whatever the fuck your name is.
Scroticus.
It's not what I said. If you interject yourself into an interaction a police officer is having with someone and you're not directly involved in that situation, you could be charged with obstruction.
Even if you are directly involved in that situation, you could still be charged with obstruction.
I have people tell me I go fuck myself all the time. I don't care.
Josh tells me he just wants to
It means absolutely nothing to me.
Yeah. I said it 4
You
times.
get flipped off driving by. I don't care.
Remember?
Yeah.
Correct?
There was.
And it got thrown out as
what's up,
unconstitutional.
Yeah,
Walker told him that wasn't going to work, and that got vetoed right there.
Well, start researching because the federal 2 or 3 senators. I just read in the news today from Washington, D.C. that 2 or 3 senators are trying to make it a federal law.
Yep, I saw that.
25 feet.
25 feet.
They're saying.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to work.
It's
what's in?
She's loud, bro. She's harshing my high, bro.
It's not.
She's embracing
The fake lawyer. The fake lawyer on with the fake soldier, on with the fake wounded in combat.
Chemical leak.
Claimed to be police.
Well, the whole thing is when it comes down to it, sometimes 10 feet is fine. If you got somebody that's just standing there with a camera and is not doing anything, 10 feet is fine. I could give a shit. I don't do anything wrong when I'm doing my job, so I don't care if you're filming me. But if you're inserting yourself into the scene, you've already blown it because you're violating the law. You're obstructing or you're interfering. If you want to say interference is a physical crime, fine. You're interfering physically because you're standing there.
So, okay, admittedly, see, there you go. He sounded like you guys basically as he was saying essentially the same thing. So, see, there you go. Sometimes you got to listen. But he sounded more coppish right there, didn't he?
Standing too close.
Well, my usual retort for that, Andre, is, well, no, my Manuel Limata voice. No, interference is a physical act. Well, you are physically causing me to have to move to deal with you.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. It will also vary by jurisdiction. Not every fucking law is written the same for every single county, every single city, every single state, every commonwealth. That's not how it works. So if I say one thing, that's from my experience in the municipalities that I worked in the state of Missouri. And that was 20 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and put a blanket statement on what is and what isn't. But and I'm sure Matt Sergeant's the same way. It's in his experience, that's what this is.
Well, what I hear from both of you guys all the time is here in Massachusetts, or when I was back in the day when I was a cop in St. Louis, like there's always that caveat with it. And
to the relevancy of my experience to the subject at hand.
Yeah, totally. It just seems weird the way he talks about it. But I mean, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, but it just sounds weird to me.
Eyes, you're right, but I can trespass your ass, and your eyes will just come with us.
Yeah. You know, and the 25-foot rule is going to get thrown out too, because it'll be unconstitutional, or it'll be, you know, sometimes 25 feet is too far.
Cool. Next time we'll all just write every single
for
ticket.
The same reasons that
Yeah,
I mentioned a minute ago, that no crime scene is ever going to be identical to the one before it.
Right.
That's like
I mean,
saying
I get filmed all the time doing my job. 99% of the time, I don't care,
Tommy.
because they're not interfering. They're just standing back filming, just in case something happens, or
Well,
even
okay.
when something is. Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't know again how New York is. I mean, DC, you're being filmed. You've just got to basically assume you're on camera some way. I never saw anybody really filming cops like that. Not saying it didn't happen, obviously. I'm just saying my experience of living in, he made it sound like DC, there's always somebody just filming cops. I'm telling you, the cops really interacted very well with people in DC. I didn't, so I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it has to be part of their entire fucking training. They're like the major tourist and used to be capital of freedom in the entire world. So yeah, they have to be diplomatic. It's as part of their fucking job. You know, as part of an officer's job anyway. But in an environment like DC, you know, I would have to expect that to be a heavy part of the training.
I gotta say, one thing I've noticed that they did there is they did a very good job, it felt like, of not escalating situations and really de-escalating it. They even had to come in and arrest a guy. I feel the way that they did it on this, and it was a kind of a major, I'm saying 14th Street, you guys don't know, but it's kind of a major road. There's a lot of things going on, and they were able to have 3 cars set up. It was obviously a felony arrest. It seemed like felony arrest, go in, and they were not blocking traffic. And just the fact that you could get past them and it wasn't like causing a thing. I don't know. They did a lot like shit like that.
But I'll also say situation dictates too.
Yep. And one thing these guys that have to go out and film, I mean, I don't care. But one thing they don't realize, they're going to roll up to somebody's traffic stop. Shit's going to go south. There's going to be a gun battle, and they're going to end up catching a stray round. It's going to happen.
That'll be the cops' fault. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I know it will be.
Well, I think what you're talking about is if you watch who says that, those guys are usually from California, and there is a law in California called the Bain Act.
I'm aware of the Bain Act.
Yeah, it has something to do with interference of, you know, and they're saying that the shining of the flashlight keeps them from being able to film the scene. But if you watch that, most of the times the officers are only doing it for a brief couple of seconds to see who they are.
Yeah, because they're walking up in their blind spot out of the bushes, dressed in all black at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right after the officer has got done, sorting out a domestic.
Racist.
And, okay.
Why's it got to be a black?
And I'll say this. I've said it
gonna
before.
get hotter. Cracker.
Hairy French fry or, what is it? Furry potato, whatever, fuzzy potato.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Be lucky that synagogue was being protected by somebody who was not actually Israeli, because that idiot rolled up wearing all black head to toe, has got on a full-on balaclava, got all this electronic shit hanging off of it with a damn backpack.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Yeah, they'd have killed him.
Language that they're trying to make sound
Was
like
he yelling out
some kind of bastard creation.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. There was this one auditor that was doing some crazy ass shit like this, rolling up on a synagogue, and I guess he got shot. I don't know. I don't know if he actually got shot or what happened, but
language between Arabic
but came up there trying to look like a fucking whatever and screaming gibberish
Parsi. And then, once been told to leave several times by the armed security guard, that he decides to charge him. Screaming Allahu Akbar. Yeah, you got shot.
Why was that Farsi?
Yeah, furry potato.
By the way.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
difference
I remember
is
that.
between that security guard and me, it's not a threat. It's not hyperbole. It's a fact. My reaction, I guarantee you. There wouldn't have been given an interview to the news afterwards, because it would have been 2 in the damn T-square.
Okay.
Are you fucking gay?
Yes.
Yes.
He is. Yes, he is.
Oh my God.
And
I
if he
had
wasn't,
never
he is now.
I mean, also, this is coming from a dude, everybody remember, who failed basic training twice. Was never a cop, but what he does have on his record is a capital murder indictment for executing a Marine vet, a disabled Marine vet. And he's talking like this. I mean, he's just talking like he's
Kawinky dink.
Like I said, if that
That's why he's
security
saying.
guard had actually been somebody who'd been trained in Israel,
Sherry.
or had been somebody that had been deployed to the Middle East in combat, I
Sherry.
guarantee, and knew of S-bombers, I guarantee you it would have been a 2-tap to the damn T-square. Guaranteed.
Double tap a
And, you know, and that was the thing that pissed me off when they showed the outside of that synagogue. You know, all these little idiots like that are bitching about the First Amendment, but it's because of assholes like that and acts like that our houses of worship have to be housed behind secure steel reinforced fucking gates.
I'm not trying to make this a thing here, but it feels like church shooters tend to be white crazy dudes. That
Generally
speaking, far more than auditors. The threat to those churches, I hate to say it, but are white crazy dudes, not auditors. It's so ridiculous.
Generally young, white, single males.
Hates a certain religion and often a certain people of color. Like somebody.
That was why we came to America. That's why our ancestors came here. And that's why we fought for the rights that we have, so that people of different lands, of different religions, of different beliefs could come here and live as one people.
Yeah, didn't get him out of all of it.
Yep.
Not to have that shit divided on just so you can make some fucking money, because you don't want to go pay taxes because you can't pass a piss test or a background
We
check.
also fought to take that away from another people, if you want to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't
maybe
have
not
one without
freedom
the
of-
other.
Freedom of religion, but we went in and tried to tell somebody 2 countries how to
No,
fucking be.
we came in and told them they can't believe how they want to believe. We sent their children to fucking religious schools to fucking, I'm talking about our own.
I thought you were talking about our foreign policy. I got you.
This was foreign policy at the time.
True. Good point.
And yes, y'all go play that game with Loki. I'll say very nice, not nice words at your funeral when I piss on your grave. But the whole time he's telling all these officers, he's like, I'm going to educate you today. I'm like, dude, you probably failed your fucking prison GED class, and you're going to educate the officers, which by last I checked, the national average for officers with undergraduate degrees in this country is like something better than 69% of all the officers in the United States.
I think that's high.
What do you guys think? I mean, it'd be impossible to know that percentage.
I know in Massachusetts, you've got the education incentive. So the higher the degree, the more extra money you get.
I have no idea.
I'm going to say that's high.
Yeah, I think that's high too.
That's
Okay.
way too high. You
I
got
mean, it may have. Well, I don't. Well, I don't remember if it was factoring in federal agents either.
Oh, okay.
Because to be honest with you, I can't think of currently any federal agency that you want to start as a new agent with that you don't have to have an undergrad degree before you go to FLETC or the FBI
Most of them
Academy.
are 4 years, aren't they?
Yeah.
None of this makes sense. What is FLETC? FLETC is a federal police academy. I mean, it's a bunch of shit, but it's the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center.
FLETC.
And so, like,
in Georgia.
Brunswick. He's now look. I will say this: federal agencies basically will not look at you if you don't have a bachelor's degree. They don't. Give a fuck, they don't have to give a fuck what it's in, or at least on my. Sorry, I should say for the intelligence community and FBI. Like
As a general rule, you're correct.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: I know a kid, not a kid. He's in his 30s, but he's a kid to me, who just got back from FLETC, who doesn't have a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree or any degree. He's a fucking muppet.
But now he's FLETC.
So FLETC is FLETC. That's
Right.
got nothing to do with education.
Also, people send
It's
their
a federal
people.
police academy.
That's it.
People send. So if your agency or organization is paying for you to go there, and I'm sure you have to meet some sort of little requirements or whatever, and you meet the requirements, you probably just go. They don't care.
He's a special agent for the Air Force OSI. It's not just about, the fucking all these silly little fucking agencies on the outside. It's the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. It's not about a degree to get into it, to go to it, to get there. It's got nothing to do with it. It's your company, just like Josh is saying. It's the company that you work for that's hired you. So that
all the Border Patrol guys go there.
Exactly. All the VA cops go there. All the federal fucking law enforcement guys go there.
Yeah.
And trust me, there's no requirement for fucking degrees in the VA Police Department and the Border Patrol and Customs. There's not.
Yeah. So VOP, the only thing I would say is going on someone's panel doesn't particularly mean that you know them. I'll give them that. It's just weird. I'll give Sloan that. I wouldn't. I know these two dudes, but not just because I went up on one panel. I don't know. But it's weird the way he's just letting it go. But we'll keep going.
So, yes.
That's why. Literally. Every FBI agent has a undergrad degree. 2/3 of them have a Juris Doctorate, which is wow.
What?
FBI guys? 2/3 of them have Juris Doctorate.
But
if I could go back, I would probably go that route. To be honest.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm just that guy. I got it. Fine.
Well,
Hey,
hindsight's always going to be 20/20, sis.
Yeah, right.
I actually had to explain that to somebody the other day, and I wanted to, as much as I wanted to smack them, but I think I just wound up smacking myself in the forehead.
What?
Her voice is worse than fucking nails on a chalkboard.
God. I had to explain hindsight to somebody.
Hey, can somebody put Andre's channel in the chat?
Yes.
It's Andrea.
Hey, baby.
I haven't seen that yet. So, Kimmy, if you can do that.
It's Andre Sloan. It's literally my name. So
there are approximately 13,700 FBI special agents. Approximately 2,500 of them are lawyers or have a law degree of some sort. That's not quite 2/3.
That's way below 2/3. Way below the 2/3. I think he thinks Justice Department. He doesn't know. What was I gonna say? So Andrew Sloan is saying this is his real name. So his name doesn't show up on any rosters, on any NYPD, DC Metropolitan Police, nothing. None of those rosters, no court cases, no anything, no cop's name, no news article or anything. And then he claims also to be wounded in Iraq, and he's saying this is his real name. So I don't know. Again, I'm not hunting him down. I'm not doing any of that dumb shit. This is it. I mean, if he doesn't want to show proof, he's not going to show proof. I can't do anything to make him do it. Nor do I care. But unless he shows proof, to me, it feels like it's hard to come to any conclusion other than he's lying. But, all right, let's show this one.
I concur.
Okay, we're going to finish real quick with this one because this one, Kaiser's talk. Just to give an idea, Kaiser talking about his college.
You become a student, a role model. Fuck this Zoolander shit.
Keep messing with him, he's going to wind up being a victim, and you're going to wind up catching another charge for interference and intimidation of a witness.
Where did you get your law degree, bud?
University of Texas. University of Texas.
No, yeah, there you go.
Wait, I want to see you do that again.
A little closer.
Looks like a natural motion.
University of Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Butthole mouth.
Hey, who's the Mexican dude
Really?
there?
Shut up, ICE is on the way. Anyway, all right, perfect. Well, we're going to end it there.
Did you say ICE is on the way or ISIS on the way, Jihadi Josh?
Jihadi Josh.
I'm out. KT's. So, as just one last reminder.
No, brother. Hey, brother. I did my 8 years. I got wounded in Iraq, and you know, I thank you for your service and for what you've done and what you've put up with. So,
I have.
Thank you for your cervix.
Thank you for your cervix, everybody. Oh, wait, let me go out.
Thank you for your service on the racetrack. Smoke them motherfuckers.
I'm going to try this weekend. We'll see if I can.
Smoking some
if I can back up my wins from last round. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to it. We're supposed to have decent weather, and it's going to be an expensive one. I'm going to have to get tires and a bunch of other shit. But yeah,
hey, your hobbies don't sound cheap. So I mean,
I'm looking. An average weekend will cost me $1,000 plus.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry. Gorilla Glue coming in for becoming a new member again. Re-upping. How you doing, Gorilla Glue? Been a little bit, man.
Sick, nasty, disgusting, deprived, bastard.
Motherfucking
Thank
bastard.
you. I resemble that remark.
All right, guys. 8 p.m. will be the 8 p.m. Central is going to be the premiere. It's just a weed review. Come join. I'll be in the chat. Until then, I will see you guys later.
I want you to take the Frankenstein shit, the deer shit, the green monster, the bling, and the bling bling. And I want you to roll it all into one joint.
Which kills. I'm good.
Racist.
No one's ever been brave enough to try that.
One man is. Roll it.
Not feeling super confident about this plan.
Racist.
I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck.